Electricity is used all about us. It helps us do our work. It gives us light so we can see at night. Electricity helps us have fun. You can't see electricity. You can only see what it does. When you see an electric light bulb glow, you are seeing the wire inside being heated by electricity until the wire glows. So, what is electricity? These two girls will do some experiments that will help us find out. Here is a battery, some copper wires, and an electric light bulb. One wire is soldered to the bottom of the bulb. When this wire is connected, we will have a complete circuit. Both wires are connected to the battery. When we touch the loose wire to the side of the bulb, the circuit is complete, and the bulb glows. Take it off, and the circuit is broken. Electricity is flowing from the battery along one wire, through the bulb, and back to the battery through the other wire. Scientists tell us that electricity is a movement of electrons. Electrons are invisible parts of atoms. Think of it like this. This plastic tube is full of marbles. The tube is like a wire. The marbles are like electrons. This supply of marbles is like a battery. This light bulb is like the smaller bulb we used before. Nothing happens until marbles are moved down the tube. Now we have a movement of marbles, and we light the bulb. Of course, this is just a model. The marbles can't really make the bulb glow. But really, electricity works a lot like this. The battery doesn't make electrons. It pushes them down one wire. The electrons pass through the light bulb. The bulb glows, and electrons return to the battery in the other wire. If we move electrons, we have an electric current. Electricity is usually used for heat, light, and to run motors. Where does electricity travel? To find out, we will use a battery, some wires, and a small electric motor with a red propeller. When we connect the wires to the battery, the motor runs. Now, with only one wire touching the battery, we take small metal pliers and touch the handle between the unconnected battery post and the other wire. The motor runs. Metals carry or conduct electricity. We say that metals are conductors. However, if the metal is covered with plastic, nothing happens. We say that plastic is an insulator. Electricity can't go through an insulator. Let's try this metal pen. Is it a conductor? Here's a glass rod. Is it a conductor or an insulator? Which is this plastic spoon? Electric wires are often covered with plastic to insulate them. These electric wires are kept from touching the poles by glass insulators. Air is an insulator. That is why electric lines are often placed high in the air. What is a battery? Let's make a very simple battery. First, we pour some vinegar into a glass. Vinegar is a weak acid. Then we take a piece of copper wire and a piece of steel wire that have been put through cardboard. They are placed so their ends are in the vinegar. When you put two different kinds of metal into an acid like vinegar, you have a battery. The needle on this electric meter moves when there is a flow of electricity. Just for fun, we can make a simple battery by putting two different kinds of metal into a lemon. The lemon juice acts as an acid. We use batteries all around us. Cars and trucks have large ones to start the engines. We use others in flashlights and for things as small as watches. Where do we get the electricity we use in our homes, businesses, and schools? It comes from generators. To make a simple generator, all we need is a coil of wire and a magnet. All you have to do to generate an electric current is move a wire near a magnet. Each time the wire moves, electrons flow, and an electric current is generated. The electricity we use in homes comes from huge generators. The falling water in this dam turns generators in these buildings at the bottom of the dam. Large wires turn around inside giant magnets, and electricity is generated. Some of our electricity comes from generators that are turned by steam. Coal or oil heats water to make steam. In other places, nuclear power generates electricity. We are also getting some electricity from the sun, while in a few places we get electricity from the wind. These large blades are turned by the wind, and the blades turn a generator. What is an electromagnet? It's fun and easy to make one. Take some plastic-coated wire and wrap it around a large nail. When the electricity from the battery goes through a coil like this, it makes a magnet. Touch the ends to the battery. This electromagnet will pick up small things made of iron. When you turn off the electricity, they drop. This crane uses a large electromagnet to pick up things made of iron. The magnet is dropped on a piece of iron, and the electric current turned on. When the operator turns off the current, the object drops. Have you ever wondered how an electric motor works? Magnets, something like these two, are used to make an electric motor. When these two magnets are brought close to each other, they push apart, and one magnet turns around. They now attract each other. All magnets have sides or poles. Sides that are alike push each other away. sides that are different attract each other. An electromagnet works the same way. It pushes away from one side and is attracted to the other side. This is a simple electric motor. These are magnets. The center part that turns has electromagnets. When we connect the motor to a battery, it runs. This motor runs because the magnets and the electromagnets are pushing and pulling on each other. Many things we use each day have electric motors. The electricity from batteries that we have been using will not hurt us. However, the electricity we use around our homes and schools is much more powerful and can kill people when it is not used right. Never put anything into sockets except good electrical plugs. Never touch bare wires. And never try experiments with electricity from a wall socket. We can't see electricity, we can only see what it does. It is usually used to heat, to produce light, and to run electric motors. This model reminds us that electricity is a movement of electrons. Electricity usually travels only in metals. Metals are called conductors. Things like glass, plastic, and air are insulators because electricity does not usually travel through them. A simple battery is made by putting two metals that are different into an acid. A generator produces an electric current by moving wires between the sides of a magnet. An electromagnet is made by coiling wire around a piece of iron and running electricity through the wire. An electric motor uses magnets that push and pull to make it turn. These are a few things we should know about something that we use as much as electricity.
His thick Russian accent.